Broadcasting from the great state of Texas. News and views with a Lone Star perspective. You can sound off during the show by sending Chad a text at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Or call in at 1-800-687-0790. Now, here's Chad Hasty.
Lubbock, Amarillo, Abilene, Wichita Falls, Midland, Odessa, Dallas, Fort Worth, down in Houston, over in El Paso, and anywhere else. Inside or outside the great state of Texas, wherever you may be listening on this Monday. That's right. It is Monday, and we welcome you in to the Chad Hasty Show. Hopefully you had a wonderful Easter Sunday, a wonderful Easter weekend with family, with friends, and now you've joined us once again. I want to thank Steve Evans for hosting a couple of days last week, getting us towards the weekend. Appreciate him doing that. Had a nice time driving out to the DFW area, driving out to Dallas, Fort Worth. And it's always a nice drive, at least the way I take, is always a nice drive, a little bit. We don't take I-20. We rarely take I-20 just because I don't particularly like dealing with the traffic on I-20. The big trucks, the 18-wheelers, and people not respecting, how much space those guys need to have in order to, I don't know, what's that word? Stop. It's one of those where if I can avoid I-20, then great. I can take 114. It maybe adds a couple of minutes to my arrival time, but that's about it. And that's not too bad. It was an interesting trip. It was not not without some interesting moments where as we were trying to get out of town, I was boarding the dogs. They were going to their happy boarding place, and then all of a sudden, tire light comes on. Oh boy! Thanks to our friends over at Williams Brake Tune and Tire for immediately getting on that situation. Had an old nail in the tire, and it was going down. It thankfully caught it before we headed out, because that's one of those issues. A tire going down, it's not one of those that you want to fix when you're like 80 miles outside of Lubbock. That's not one of those that you want to fix at that point. So thanks to Williams Brake Tune and Tire for getting us back on the road. And then we get to Dallas. They have a little bit of severe weather. Was it Saturday? Friday going into Saturday? I know Saturday morning they had some severe weather, and the power went out at the hotel. And that was a lot of fun having to deal with. And it also made me a little bit enraged at the younger people out there. 806-680-2790. We've got a lot to talk about. We want to know how your Easter Sunday went. What are your Easter, your Easter go-tos, your traditions if you will, when it comes to Easter Sunday, Easter weekend? Do you invite family over? Do you have family and friends come over at some point? Do you have ham? What's the spread that you have for an Easter Sunday brunch or lunch or dinner? What is your Easter Sunday or Easter weekend normally look like for your traditions? So I want to hear from you on that. You can send in your thoughts on the text line at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. It's one way you can text in, give us your name and where you're listening from. That way we can give you the proper shout out and acknowledgement when you text in. You can also reach out to us on the app chat. Just tap that app and send us a message that way on your station's app. It's real easy to do. And, of course, you can also go through, send us a message on social media at Chad Hasty Radio on X, Instagram, and on Facebook. And, yes, you can do the old-fashioned way of getting in touch, and that's on the phones, 1-800-687-0790. That's 1-800-687-0790. The first voice you hear from when you dial in today, it's our good buddy, it's Nick. Nick, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay, and judging by your story from the weekend,
Yeah.
I had a very uneventful, relaxing Easter weekend. I did not drive anywhere. I did not pop any tires. In fact, it was a lonely weekend. As my wife, she had to leave town for a little bit. So you know what? My Easter dinner was a frozen pizza, and boy, it was delicious.
Hey, you know what?
Just a frozen pizza by yourself. I had one of the dogs with me.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It was good. It was a good, nice unwind.
Yeah.
At the end of the week, and it was nice. Got to. I didn't meet any family. Didn't meet any friends. But hey, I texted. I sent the old Happy Easter text.
Yeah.
That everyone loves to get.
Sure.
And it was good. It was a good day. Also, as one of your favorite things in my life. It happened to be our 6-month wedding anniversary.
Oh, look at that.
Over the weekend as well. So lots of, got some flowers.
Yeah.
She always loves the flowers.
I thought you got flowers.
I did not get any flowers. But hey, I bought them. So, maybe I'll take one or two. But no, it was good. It's very, how I feel a holiday weekend should be.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good. So we're staying at a hotel. It's not like a fancy. It's not a fancy hotel. It's kind of a mid-level hotel.
Sure. This is in the DFW area.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. In the DFW area. It's a fine hotel. The beds are great. Pillows great. You take you put your head down. You go.
No.
You're good. You're happy.
That's all you need. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. But so we're staying at a hotel, and the reason I mentioned that, it's not like a 5-star. But it's got stars. It's got stars on it. It's attached.
Don't you worry. It's got a few stars.
The reason I bring that up is the power goes out.
Is it just your room? Or is it like you're a sector of
everybody?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Oh,
the power in the hotel is down, and it went down at like 7 a.m. Front comes through. It goes down at 7 a.m. By 9. There's no power to the building.
2 hours.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there going, this is a little odd because most good hotels have generators.
You would hope.
Yes.
Like a backup in case the power goes out.
Yes.
You got something.
For
all your guests who are paying. You got food in the fridge. Maybe they have the AC on. It could be hot. There's a lot of,
So here's what I had to do. I had to go fix the hotel's problem.
What?
Yeah.
Why was it on you?
Well, here's what happened. So I go downstairs, and the workers are gathered around, just chit-chatting.
Yeah. Well, what else will they do?
Yeah. And I go up, and I'm like, hey, just going to ask a question you've probably been asked about 150 times.
Yeah.
And they said, Einstein Brothers Bagels is open and Seven Brew is open over there. I'm like, not what I was going to ask, but okay. The thing I was going to ask is, any idea when the power may come on? Maybe by noon.
Ooh.
And I'm like, so you've been in touch with over there a lot of Encore for energy. You've been in touch with. I think we have, Bill. I think.
How many? I don't want to say gentlemen. How many workers were there in this? Maybe the lobby, wherever you were. How many were there?
Two that spoke English.
Okay.
And 3 others that did not.
Okay, so there were 5 able-bodied workers who were being paid.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And there's just chit-chatting.
Sure.
Now, 3 of them are 3 of them they're the ones who they don't have a job to do right now because they are there to service the rooms, which they cannot currently do because there's no elevators. So they can't do anything. The other 2 are just front staff members. Mm-hmm. And then I asked the girl a question. I said, do y'all not have a generator? And she looked at me and she tilted her head. When she tilted her head, I went, oh no. She tilted her head and went, what's that?
She really didn't know what a generator was?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said, well, a generator is something that
generates electricity.
Will normally kick on. If it's a really good one, it'll normally kick on right after, within seconds.
Is she? How was she? 19, 18? Was she pretty young?
Maybe in her 20s, maybe low 30s. I sometimes I can't tell.
Sure.
Sometimes you can't. It's a hotel, so I'm thinking
surely
20s, maybe low 30s. Yeah. Okay. I know that she did have bunny ears on, so that's good. That at least was good.
It lifts your mood.
Yeah, exactly. And she said, "Well, I don't know if we have one of those." I said, "Okay," and I said, "Who would know if you have?" Well, and again, I'm being very nice.
Sure.
I'm trying not to be condescending.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, who would know that?" And she said, "Well, our maintenance man wouldn't know that." I said, "It's fantastic.
That's a good bet.
That's a good guy.
I'd go to him.
That's who I would talk to." I was like, "Well, is he here?" And she said, "No, he's not scheduled to be in today until 6." And I went, "Wait a minute."
And you've been without power now.
Yeah.
Several hours.
And I said 6 p.m. And I looked at her and said, the guy who's supposed to be here for emergency situations, has he been contacted? Has he been told we don't have power? No.
Okay. Well, you don't want to busy him. You know, he's spending time.
I'm trying to look around and go, am I now the general manager? Have I now supplanted everyone here as GM? Do I take over the Marriott here?
The fact, too, that there had to have been more than just you staying at that hotel.
Yeah.
And it was clearly, this was the first time
there were people walking.
Spoke to them about this.
There were people leaving, and they were unhappy. Very unhappy about having to leave while it's raining, storming, and they're done. And I said, "How are you checking people out?" "Oh, we're not." "Okay, all right. Well, that's going to be a fun process for you." I said, "So you have no way of getting in touch with anyone about how to start the generator if it has an auto?"
If they even have one.
Yeah.
Well, we don't even know if that.
So
she doesn't know.
She was like, "I don't know." And it's like, do you want to be here right now? The answer is no.
I mean, it is a holiday weekend. I'm sure she's not too thrilled.
She knew about that going in.
Yeah, she had the ears.
Yeah. She's trying.
Yeah.
So I went, and I was like, oh. I walk over, and she's like, "By the way, we can't make breakfast right now because we don't have power."
That was top of mind for you.
And I went, yeah. Yeah, got that. Got that.
Yeah. Well, hey, there's an Einstein down the road, as you were told earlier.
So I sit down, and there's another an older gentleman, a wise gentleman, who's sitting there, and he just looks at me, he's heard this entire conversation. And he was like, did that young lady say that she didn't know what a generator was? I said, yes, sir. And so we're sitting there, we're just talking. You know,
Sure.
two dudes.
Sure.
We're just talking,
Yeah.
right? A few minutes goes by. She disappears. She's gone. Then all of a sudden she walks back up and we hear this. Boom. Lights start coming back on. All of a sudden, the lights are coming on, and he looked at me and was like, I think you fixed it. I think they found the generator.
I'm so confused.
I know.
How this
and she
has
didn't say a
operated.
word. She didn't say a word to me.
So she left.
I think she went back to the back and
Yeah.
called the maintenance guy.
Wasn't supposed to be there till
who
6.
who was probably like, hey, what are you calling me for? It's 9 o'clock in the morning. What's up?
You need the generator? Okay, press the button. Why are you calling me?
And she probably went, hey, do we have something called a generator? And he's like, yes, sweetheart. We have been through this 20 times. Every time before it rains, we go through this.
No.
If it doesn't automatically come on, you press or pull or do
flip
something.
something.
Yes. This button, it's a big red button. And you press it. What does it do? The lights come on. It wasn't more than 3 minutes after I was done talking to her that the lights came on at the hotel. And so I think I fixed it. I think I should get credit from the Marriott for fixing the lights and making sure that once again people are happy at the hotel. 806-680-2790. How do you not know what a generator is? And then I go back to my theory that at least 25% of the population is just flat out dumb. We'll be right back.
Get away from the pain, you drive into the heart of me. The love we share seems to go.
The Titan of Texas Talk Radio. The Chad Hasty Show.
Talking with newsmakers and about the issues that matter to you. The Chad Hasty Show, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Chad's show is also digital with the Chad Hasty Show podcast. The Chad Hasty Show podcast can be downloaded on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and the Radio On Demand page on KFYO.com. The Chad Hasty Show, all across Texas during your drive home, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
When I'm driving, I look twice for motorcycles.
I look twice because motorcycles are easy to miss.
I look twice just in case a motorcycle's in my blind spot.
I look twice at intersections and before I turn left.
I look twice because I want to know for sure.
I look twice for motorcycles because I don't want to hurt anyone.
Look twice for motorcycles. There's a life riding on it. A message from Texas Department of Transportation.
From the heart of the hub city to the wide open skies of West Texas, KFYO keeps you connected to the stories, the voices, and the conversations that matter most. This is the news and talk of West Texas. News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO.
On the Chad Hasty Show. Thank you very much for tuning in today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line 806-680-2790. Raul in Open Ike West. What color is Nick's sweater today? It's what do we have? Kind of a Dallas Cowboys blue-gray. That is kind of what we're looking at today, which, you know, it's a nice looking sweater. It's a nice looking sweater. I'll say that. Let's see the other another texter. Rick weighed in. The real question is, did the lights ever come on in her head? That I don't know. I'm sure it's not her fault. You know. 806-680-2790. Let's see. Chad, why are you all mad about the power going out? It wasn't that we were mad about the power going out. It's just, what's do we have any updates? You know, are there any updates? Anything that we need to know? Things like that. And now the more annoying thing is we don't know what a generator is. Hey, but once the lights came on, they came back on and they stayed on and it was good. When we come back, news of the day, including some interesting news popping up in the city of Lubbock in a Lubbock city council race, as the city is officially trying to throw Gary Boren off the list of candidates. Oh my. We'll be right back.
The Chad Hasty Show, weekdays 5 to 7 p.m. Sound off during the show by sending Chad a text at 806-680-2790.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
When you see a car that's been in a bad crash, it's no accident. When it backs traffic up for miles, no accident. And if there's a fatality involved, somebody died. That's no accident either. A lot of the time, it was speeding. And it's no accident that speeding is a factor in more than 150,000 crashes every year in Texas, many of them fatal. So slow down, be safe, drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
TSN headlines. It's expected the state's new rules over hemp sales will face a first legal challenge this week. A week after taking effect, the suit will focus on the raising of hemp store licensing fees to $150 to $5,000 and the ban on its most popular item, smokable hemp. Disgraced South Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez asked a staffer for nude photos in 2020. The married father of 6 dropped his bid for re-election after he admitted to an affair with the married staffer who committed suicide last year. The staffer from 2020 was single and was his political director. Eli Lilly will make the components of its new GLP-1 weight loss pills in a new facility in Northeast Houston. Archaeologists discovered a cannonball at the Alamo. It came from the Battle of 1836, weighed about 4 pounds. There's a new historical marker at Veterans Memorial Park in Fort Worth honoring Choctaw Code Talkers, soldiers who used their native language during World War I. With your Texas news headlines, I'm Barbara Schwartz.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon, you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
New Bluebell Brookie a la mode ice cream brings brownies and cookies together like never before. Big chunks of brownies, soft chocolate chip cookie pieces blended into a rich, creamy brown sugar ice cream. It's not too good to be true. It's just that good.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today. South Plains weather forecast on this Monday evening as temperatures are dropping in the middle 40s under a partly cloudy sky. Clouds will continue to increase on Tuesday with high temperatures in the middle to upper 60s, 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will drop in the mid 40s with showers possible on Wednesday morning. Weather is brought to you by Sonic and the new Sonic refreshers. I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts, the Lubbock's official weather station, News Talk KFYO.
Financial news on KFYO.
I'm Loney with Your Money Now. A good start to the week on Wall Street. All three indexes moving higher. The Dow Industrial Average picked up 165 points, ending the day at 46,670. NASDAQ added 117 points, and the S&P 500 rose 29. Netflix announced the launch of a new app called Netflix Playground. The app will feature games built around popular children's characters like Peppa Pig and Sesame Street. The gaming segment has not been a big revenue driver so far due to its limited portfolio of intellectual property in the children's category. One of its most popular is a game from the Grand Theft Auto franchise. Workers of the world's largest meat company, JBS, have agreed to return to work at a beef plant in Greeley, Colorado, after it agreed to resume negotiations, bringing a 3-week strike to an end. Beef prices have set records this year after the nation's cattle supply dropped to a 75-year low. That's Your Money Now.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hi, this is Gordon Deal. Tuesday on This Morning, America's First News. The latest from the Middle East as we approach President Trump's latest deadline for Iran to fully reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Plus how the Republican agenda is threatened by the ICE funding issue. Also, companies debate whether to use the grid or be an energy island. And how homeowners are becoming accidental landlords. Tuesday on This Morning, America's First News. Weekday mornings at 5 on News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO.
Empowering West Texas with news that matters. News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 AM, KFYO.
Don't forget about Chad. Find Chad on social media at Chad Hasty Radio on X and Instagram. It's The Chad Hasty Show.
All right. Back on The Chad Hasty Show. Appreciate you being out there today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line at 806-680-2790. Also taking your Easter family traditions. What do you do on Easter Sunday, Easter weekend? Do you get together with family? Do you do a big spread? Or are you like Nick and just go, you know what? I'm fine. Frozen pizza. Here we go. You can let us know on the text line, 806-680-2790. How about this? Out of the city of Lubbock, a story originally appearing in Lubbock Lights. I think it was, James Clark who broke this story locally. Lubbock Lights with the headline, Gary Boren says he will fight decision removing him from ballot for District 4 City Council special election. Gary Boren was informed that he was removed from the ballot in the District 4 City Council special seat election, but says he will fight the city, which the city claims that Boren is not eligible to run. Mayor Mark McBrayer agrees with Boren that he should be eligible. Boren is seeking the seat of outgoing Councilman Braden Rose, who announced his resignation back on March 10th, citing family obligations. Boren publicly announced his intention on March 16th. The deadline to sign up as a candidate in the special election is April 27th. Election day is June 27th. The city secretary, Courtney Paz, cited a residency requirement in a written notice sent to Boren last week. Paz declined to comment when contacted by Lubbock Lights. However, they were able to confirm from her that no candidates as of April 3rd were signed up to run for District 4. Boren and his wife had purchased a home out in the country in 2020. However, after the death of his mother last year, he moved to what used to be her home near 98th Street and Memphis Avenue. He started moving in December and has been in the home full-time for about 2 months. Tax records confirm that Boren listed the District 4 home as his homestead. This home in the county was not listed as a homestead, according to the Lubbock Central Appraisal District. The city charter says the mayor, all council members shall be bona fide residents within the city, within the applicable district at the time of filing for office, and must continue to reside within the city and the district during their term in office. Boren told Lubbock Lights, "Well, I'm not an attorney, but I can read the charter. 33 pages. It doesn't take a psychiatrist attorney to figure out what it says. What it says on the day of filing, you have to be a resident of that district. Naturally, I've engaged counsel. We're going to pursue them very hard." Boren indicated the first step was a letter from his attorney to the city. Boren has not yet heard or filed anything in court, but said that could change by the end of the day today. The mayor of Lubbock, Mark McBrayer, said, quote, "I believe he is qualified to run for office and should be on the ballot." He expressed his disagreements with the city attorney when the issue was discussed last week. Quote, "I'm an attorney too. I know how to read a statute," McBrayer said. I think you're going to have a couple of questions that pop up here. Obviously, one is, when did Gary Boren move into the home and everything else? It seems like everything I have heard and read, and he should be eligible. Number two, is the city secretary here going rogue? Did somebody complain? And if so, who is that person that complained about Gary Boren? And again, I think these are all fair questions. As a state, I can tell you the state is very lax when it comes to residential requirements. We have seen in many campaigns where the state is very, very, very lax in your residential requirement for office. And I don't know if the city secretary here was told to look more into this or to deny any of this. But I think there are going to be questions that pop up. And when you have the mayor sitting there and saying, no, this is not right. That doesn't look good for the city secretary. Not good at all. And again, it would surprise me if Gary had gotten the paperwork or anything wrong on this one. It would very, very much surprise me if he got any of that wrong. 806-680-2790. Let's see on the app chat. Chad, I read that story earlier from Lubbock Light. Sounds like someone has it out for Gary and wants to take him out before the election. Even though they don't have any other names, there have been some floating around that could cause some issues. It sounds like the city is trying to undercut Gary Boren from the start. Could be. Again, I don't know. I don't know what information the city secretary's office had, what information they had, if any. Again, that's why you asked the question. Is the city secretary deciding this, or was there a complaint from another possible candidate or someone who lives in that district? (806-680-2790). Let's go ahead and take the break. When we come back, your phone calls, your texts. We've got statewide news to get into as well here on the Chad Hasty Show.
The Chad Hasty Show can be heard all over West Texas. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Tune into News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO in Lubbock. News Talk 940 in Amarillo. News Talk 94.7 and 1470 KYYW in Abilene. And in Wichita Falls on News Talk 96.3 and 1290. The Chad Hasty Show. Make it a part of your drive home. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
Nick, this is your phone here in the passenger seat. Look at me.
No, I'm driving.
You got a text. It says, "Yo, dude, your friends are fascinating. Let's text them back."
It can wait.
Sports app. Oh, you gotta see this play.
Later.
Hey, you got invited to a party. We need a RSVP now.
Phone, silence yourself.
Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Talk, text, crash. A message from TxDOT.
This is House Call for Health. April is National Stress Awareness Month. The American Institute of Stress says you can have several reactions to stress, including shock or disbelief, feeling frustrated, difficulty concentrating or making decisions, and physical pain, including headaches, back pain, or stomach problems. Severe stress can even lead to the use of drugs or alcohol. But the Institute offers advice on how to help manage stress, emphasizing the power to change. One of their tips is to try recognizing when you don't have control and let it go, not to get anxious about situations that you can't change. Also, try to focus on something that makes you feel calm and in control, and develop a vision for healthy living and wellness, and set realistic goals to help realize that vision. You can get more resources at stress.org or from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention at cdc.gov. Or for more health news, go to foxnewshealth.com. House Call for Health, Elisa Brady, Fox News.
Join me, Bill Cunningham, as we navigate the complex landscape in our nation's capital and the impact of Oval Office decisions on you and your family right here in West Texas. All this and more.
Sunday nights from 9 to midnight.
On News Talk KFYO.
I heard you on the wireless back in 52, lying awake intently tuning in on you. If I was young, it didn't stop you coming through. They took the credit.
Back on the Chad HD Show. Appreciate you being out there on this Monday, April 6th. Thanks again to Steve Evans, who filled in last week. Appreciate that. Let's see. Texture. Was it the bow tie Parrish? No. No, I don't think he had anything to do with it. I don't think he had anything to do with it. You can send in your thoughts on the text line 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. You can weigh in and sound off on any of the issues, any of the things that you'd like to get into. Trump threatening a new rampage as Iran deal deadline nears. It's out of the Washington Post. President Donald Trump renewing his threat to destroy Iranian bridges and power plants if the country doesn't soon agree to reopen the world oil trade through the Strait of Hormuz, arguing that the Iranian people supported the U.S. in Israeli bombing. Quote, the entire country can be taken out in one night. The night might be tomorrow night, he said Monday, issuing a deadline of Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern and pledging destruction by midnight if leaders don't comply. The remarks came during a White House briefing, and officials detailed the rescue of two U.S. airmen whose F-15E was shot down on Friday in Iran. The CIA director and defense secretary Pete Hegseth said Iranian officials were embarrassed by their failure to capture the two the U.S. aviator who was injured and stranded in rugged hostile territory for 2 days. Still, the Iranians show no interest in surrendering, rejecting a U.S.-backed ceasefire proposal on Monday. Let's see. Trump at once touted the success of the U.S. military operations and showed frustration with the elusive resolution to the expensive and unpopular 5-week-old war. Let's see. Quote, we're the winner. We won, okay, the president said at a White House briefing room. Their military defeated. The only thing they have is psychology of, are we going to drop a couple of mines in the water? And I think that the U.S. has done severe damage to the Iranians, severe damage to the Iranian regime. You can see where the U.S. has done severe damage to the Iranian military. And that's a good thing. A very good thing. A good thing not only for us, but a good thing for our European allies, even though they're not acting like our allies right now. But it is a good thing. Trump brushed off any concern that his threat to bomb infrastructure would violate the Geneva Conventions, a series of treaties the U.S. signed after World War II to limit dangers to civilians. Quote, we don't want that to happen. We may even get involved with helping them rebuild their nation. And you know what? If that's the case, that is the last thing we want to do is start with power plants, which are among the most expensive things. But you know what? Sometimes you have to send a message. Sometimes you have to do that. Let's see. Texture says the traffic is stopped on West Loop 289 northbound for the last 30 minutes. All right, we'll see if we get an update on that. If we do, we'll let you know. You know, the let's see, Hollywood says, I suggest all the Iranian people who support the government go stand out on the bridges. Yeah, Trump says what, next week? Maybe Bridge Day. Maybe Bridge Day in Iran. Trump said U.S. spies had eavesdropped on conversations among Iranian civilians indicating support for the bombing. He started the war by calling the country's people to rise up and overthrow the government. I think the Iranian people, they have been so tortured and so abused by their leaders. One, they barely have a way to rise up. They don't have, not everyone has an access, easy access to a weapon. Just no. And, it's what we talk about here in the U.S. Never give up your rights. Never give up your rights to a firearm, because you never know. There's all these people who are protesting, no kings, no dictators, no. And these are the same people who want to get rid of your firearms. Well, what do you think's going to happen when you actually have a dictator who comes in, who believes they're the king, who believes they can do whatever they want to, and now you're stuck because you wanted to get rid of all the guns? When we come back, much more to get into. Your phone calls, your text messages, and more on this Monday edition of the Chad Hasty Show.
The Chad Hasty Show, a presentation of Texas Town Square Media Network. The views and opinions expressed during the Chad Hasty Show are not necessarily the views of this station's staff, management, advertisers, or Town Square Media.
Sunrise LBK with Tom Collins and Matt Crow. Weekday mornings at 6 on News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO.
We're not just background noise, we're the main event, because your time matters, your community matters. News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 AM, KFYO Lubbock.
It's 6 o'clock in Texas.
Iran on notice. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. President Trump issuing a new deadline to the Iranian regime to come to the table.
The president now giving Iran until 8 p.m. tomorrow to make a deal. Today, Iranian state media announced it rejected a 45-day ceasefire. Instead, officials say they want guarantees of no future U.S. military action. The Secretary of War warning the clock is ticking. But Democrats say such a strike would be a war crime. Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley posting, President Trump's profanity-laden Easter threat to attack Iran's civilian infrastructure, power plants, and bridges are the words of a frustrated and immoral madman. The president says his negotiators, including envoy Steve Witkoff, will keep speaking with Iran through allies like Pakistan to find a solution.
Fox's Mark Meredith at the White House. War Secretary Pete Hegseth says hundreds of troops and dozens of aircraft were used in the daring rescue of a missing airman in Iran over the weekend.
It's the result of unmatched training, superior technology, an unbreakable warrior ethos, and sheer American grit.
The mission was also aided by the CIA, which was able to pinpoint the location of the weapons systems officer who hid from Iranian searchers for more than 48 hours after climbing a 7,000-foot bridge. The F-15E's pilot was rescued Friday, shortly after ejecting after it was hit by enemy fire. Homeland Security Secretary Markwayne Mullin calling on lawmakers to pass a measure to fund the 20 agencies department. The Senate using a process called reconciliation that would do that.
It's a fundamental process. So some people want to do reconciliation first. Why we try before we do the other 20 agencies? I get that. The problem is that I run out of money.
On Fox's special report with Brett Baer last month, President Trump signed an order that would pay all DHS employees. America is listening to Fox News.
Local events, newsmakers, and information. It's Sunrise LBK on KFYO.
Coming up on Sunrise LBK on Tuesday.
Lubbock Independent School District Superintendent Kathy Rollo will be in the studio. Tell us what's going on at LISD.
All right, Jackie Howard from J. Howard Real Estate going to be in talking about facets of real estate that you need to know. Also, Johnny Verbatim with President's Lecture and Performance Series going to be here after 8 o'clock on KFYO.
Weather forecast on this Monday evening as temperatures are dropping in the middle 40s under a partly cloudy sky. Clouds will continue to increase on Tuesday with high temperatures in the middle to upper 60s, 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will drop in the mid 40s with showers possible on Wednesday morning. Weather is brought to you by Sonic and the new Sonic refreshers. I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts, the Lubbock's official weather station, News Talk KFYO.
Broadcasting from the great state of Texas, news and views with a Lone Star perspective. You can sound off during the show by sending Chad a text at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Or call in at 1-800-687-0790. Now, here's Chad Hasty.
On the Chad Hasty Show. Thank you for tuning in today. I'll always look forward to the Monday show because there's always a lot of stuff to reset, get back into. But we still have Artemis out there. Artemis, have you been keeping up with the Artemis 2 flight? That is now traveled farther. The crew has now flown farther than any other human being in the history. It's pretty cool. I know. We're going to start having some people who are going to call in or text in saying it's all fake. It's all fake. It's all the flat Earth. There's no way this is really happening. The recorded distance, they have zoomed more than 248,655 miles from Earth in the historic voyage. Around the far side of the moon. The distance record set just before 2 p.m. Eastern on Monday surpasses a milestone set by Apollo 13 back in 1970. During that mission, an oxygen tank explosion prompted the astronauts to ditch their landing plans and slingshot themselves around the moon before arriving safely home. So, while that was not planned back in for Apollo 13, this was planned to go at least this far. And yeah, what is it, Nick? So far, the only big problem that we've heard is a broken toilet on Which, I mean, that's no fun.
No. I mean, broken toilet on an airplane is one thing.
Yeah.
I sure would not want it traveling to space. I'm not really keeping up with this journey. I get bits and pieces.
Yeah.
As the casual consumer.
Uh-huh.
And really all I'm hearing are updates on the toilet situation. And as from what I know, it's still out of service.
Yeah, there's issues still.
Yeah.
There's
they've been directed to use these little backup bags as temporary toilet substitutes.
Yeah.
So,
which is not ideal. It's this is
at least they have bags.
It's not ideal. It's not an ideal situation, but things could be worse.
That's true.
It could be.
If I'm going to have any issue while crammed in a can in space, if the toilet is the worst problem, hey, I'll hold it. That's okay.
Well, and some people, not saying everybody, but some people, their bladders may work a little differently when they're on vacation. It's something where you have some people who they don't have to go as often. Other people, they too have to go as often when they're on vacation. So, who knows? Maybe you can trick yourself into believing that you're on vacation if that does help in your own Artemis 2. The spacecraft will be closest to the moon and the furthest from home at about 7 p.m. today, when Artemis 2 will set another world record. It's pretty cool. Let's see. They will set another human record for human travelers, 252,760 miles from Earth. This is according to the Washington Post. Look at that. Just some of the different quotes, some of the different astronauts that are still on the ground that are just, they're amazed by this. They'll always be amazed by this. The astronauts being slingshotted around the moon. Let's see. You have the astronauts beginning to identify new lunar features, including after breaking the Apollo 13 distance record, they requested that a previously unknown crater be dubbed Integrity after the crew's name for the Orion capsule. A bright spot on the border between the moon's near side and far side should be named Carol after Wiseman's spouse, who died of cancer in 2020. So, starting to find new lunar features, which is I think that's pretty cool. Again, I'm a nerd for it. I know some of you out there question a lot of the moon stuff, but I think it's pretty cool. Oh, look at here. Another article about MAGA being mad at Trump. This out of the U.S. Mirror. MAGA Christians turn on insane Trump after a call for 25th Amendment after evil Easter message. Trump has sparked another MAGA meltdown in his unhinged Easter message, enraging Christians. While former allies of the president accuse him of going insane. After skipping out on at least 3 Easter events on Sunday, Trump, who identifies as non-denominational Christian, took to Truth Social on Easter, but it wasn't a message about the Christian holiday. Trump instead delivered a violent threat to Iran in an expletive-laden post, which he also praised Allah, the Arabic word for God, which is used by Muslims. Tuesday will be Power Plant Day, Bridge Day, and all wrapped up in one Iran. There will be nothing like it, Trump warned. It comes after Pam Bondi broke her silence after being fired and lashed out at the president. Margie Taylor Greene, she's taking shots at Trump for going through this during Easter. There are some other TV networks that aren't too happy with it. When I read what Trump had said, I didn't take any offense to it. I thought, well, here he's going all in. And so I think you're going to see even more of this type of, even more of this from Trump moving forward. And for those who get offended by it, and those who think that you're going to split up MAGA because of it, I don't believe that's going to work. (806-680-2790). Let's see. On the app chat, this from Chris. Chris Wayne. Chad saw the True Social post from Trump over the weekend. Thought he was joking or his account had been hacked at first, but it was actually a pretty good message. He's trying to mix in a little bit of American culture and Iranian culture into one. So the Democrats should have a little bit of fun with that. Trump just says, "Hey, if you want this to happen, just wait. God willing, it will." Which is basically what Trump did say. Yeah, that's going to be quite something if we do get to the red line, as some have called it, and you'll start seeing some major bombing campaigns in Iran. Big bombing campaigns. 806-680-2790. Has there been no attempt to arm the Iranian people? I don't know. It would not surprise me if there have been some who have been told of weapons depots that have been hit and weapons are still around. There's that. That could be a possibility, but no, I don't think you're going to see the U.S. go through and just arm a bunch of people, nor should they. It's not their job. The U.S. should get in, do as much of the regime change or the knocking out of military sites as possible, and then go, okay, Iranian people, if this is on you now. You want any type of change, you want any of this to be done, you eventually are going to have to stand up and elect a new president. You are going to have to stand up and take your country back, which is, again, the reason you do that, the reason you make that an important key is that there's some skin in the game for the Iranian people. And I think that is a very key component as to having any type of regime change. The people have got to have some skin in the game. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and hit the break. When we come back, your phone calls, your text, and much more on the Chad Hasty Show.
Ain't it good? Ain't it right that you are with me here tonight?
The Titan of Texas Talk Radio, the Chad Hasty Show.
Talking with newsmakers and about the issues that matter to you. The Chad Hasty Show, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Chad's show is also digital with the Chad Hasty Show podcast. The Chad Hasty Show podcast can be downloaded on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and the Radio On Demand page on KFYO.com. The Chad Hasty Show, all across Texas during your drive home, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It's Chad Hasty. Tune in to the czar of talk radio, The Michael Berry Show, weeknights at 10 p.m. on KFYO. Back on the Chad Hasty Show. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Listen on the app chat. Chad, I'll vote for whoever gets rid of the spam messages. Seriously, I'm done with them. Please ban them, please. I think that would probably be a message from a lot of people. Get rid of the spam. Get rid of the spam messages that are out there. Get rid of it all. 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Let's see. Trump is unfit and deranged. 25th Amendment has never been more needed. That from a listener with TDS out there right now says Trump he's got to go. Now, what do you mean here that Trump is unfit and deranged? How is Trump unfit and deranged? What exactly, when you look at Trump and you look at Biden, compare them? Is it because Trump says stuff that you go, oh, I can't believe he said that. I can't believe that Trump would say that he's going to bomb your bridges. Trump says a lot of outlandish things. I'll grant you that. But Trump doesn't get to... You look back at unfit and deranged. That was Joe. Joe was walking off the stage at random points, not knowing where he was. That's unfit. Trump... And again, there are so many people who you go back to Trump 1.0 and you still get it about Trump. He was brought in as a sledgehammer. He was brought in as someone who was going to blow it up. And those who are brought in to blow it up, they don't do it kindly. They don't do it nicely. They don't do it in a way that is a nice, clean, tidy up afterwards. They come in, they blow it up. They have to deal with a swamp. They have to be a little outlandish on a few things. I'm fine with it. And I also think Trump he's in a unique position where I think he looks ahead and goes, you know what? Whether it's Vance or Rubio, the future for the Republicans look good. I put them on a good path. The only thing that the Democrats have is Trump derangement syndrome. That's it. That's all they have. That's all they have to argue against. And you're saying Trump is unfit and deranged. How? There are things that he's doing right now that I think presidents should do more of when they're not, when they're looking ahead and going, you know what? I don't have to win another election. I don't have to win again. I'm going to be as honest, and I may act crazy in a few different ways, but I'm going to get some stuff done. And I think he wants to get this Iran war done. I don't think he wants to be there forever. And so I think all of that adds into it. You may think he's deranged and unfit, but I don't think so. I don't see that. 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Let's go to the phones. And HR, what's happening? HR.
Hey, how you doing, Chad? I'm so glad you made it down there and back safely. I'm thankful that you are an electrician all day long. Hey, as the host of the Chad Hasty podcast and the Chad Hasty show, when you saw that post on Sunday with Trump, with the things that he said about Allah and the effing word and all of that, I mean, what side of the water were you on as a host? Well, I mean, because what I did, I don't really pay attention to the news on the weekend. I was glad to see that the soldier was regained, but I don't pay attention to the news on the weekend. But I didn't know how to really square that. How did you square it as an individual?
Okay,
I think I've heard you're Christian, I believe, right?
I am.
How did it settle with you?
You know what? We've got like 30 seconds left. So 10 seconds left. So I'm going to do I will tell you that when I come back, okay?
Sounds good. I'm going to wait and listen, okay?
All right, please do.
Call in to the Chad Hasty Show at 1-800-687-0790. The Chad Hasty Show, broadcasting on the Texas Town Square Media Network.
Pedal to the metal. Greased lightning. Burn rubber. Make tracks. Full gas. Whatever you call it, it's speeding. And a heavy foot can cost you a heavy fine. Or more. Speeding is a factor in more than 150,000 crashes every year in Texas. Many of them fatal. Slow down. Be safe. Drive smart. And take it easy. A message from the Texas Department of Transportation.
You've got a life to live, and you don't want to miss out on any of it. That's why the first thing you do when you get in a car is buckle your seatbelt. Whether you're a driver or a passenger, not wearing your seatbelt could get you a ticket, a fine, or worse. Nobody wants that. So remember, if you love it, click it. Brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation.
South Plains weather forecast on this Monday evening as temperatures are dropping in the middle 40s under a partly cloudy sky. Clouds will continue to increase on Tuesday with high temperatures in the middle to upper 60s, 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will drop in the mid-40s with showers possible on Wednesday morning. Weather is brought to you by Sonic and the new Sonic refreshers. I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts, the Lubbock's official weather station, News Talk KFYO.
You can start each weekday with everything local Lubbock news on Sunrise LBK with Tom Collins and Matt Crow. Then stick around for the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show at 11. America's #1 talk show host Sean Hannity from 2 to 5, and Town Square Media Network's very own Chad Hasty Show, starting every weekday evening at 5 p.m. Stay up to date with local bond elections, the latest in Lubbock restaurant and real estate news, and how government decisions are impacting your lives in West Texas. All this and more can be heard right here on Lubbock's longest running radio station, covering the news that matters for Lubbock and the South Plains for nearly a century. This is News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM, KFYO.
Fox on Tech, the evolution of spaceflight.
Americans first saw one of their own reach space on May 5th, 1961. Alan Shepard flew a suborbital flight for all of 15 minutes.
We got a beautiful mission going here.
But America wasn't the first to reach space. Shepard's flight was the U.S. catching up to the Soviets, who put Sputnik, a satellite, into space nearly 4 years earlier. Americans learned about it from Fox's movie-tone newsreels in cinemas.
The epical scientific achievement by Soviet Russia in beating the United States of America in the race to launch the first man-made moon has all humanity staring heavenward.
Russia followed Sputnik with Yuri Gagarin flying a full orbit about a month before Shepard's mission in 61, and it meant the U.S. needed to quell fears of being second-rate in space. And so began the great space race of the 20th century to reach the moon before the Soviets. With Fox on Tech, I'm Eben Brown, Fox News.
Looking for a great real estate agent? Someone who can help you sell your home fast and for top dollar? Go to ready.com, REDY.com. Because on Ready, agents will pay you just for the opportunity to sell your home. Yeah, on Ready, agents will pay you for your listing. Thousands of dollars up front just for a chance to sell your home. And it's easy. Just go to ready.com, enter your address, and when you want to sell. In just 48 hours, the best local agents are competing on Ready to be your agent with cash offers up front just to win your business. Hey, your listing is valuable. Don't give it away. Make those agents earn it. Get paid to pick your real estate agent. Go to ready.com or call 888-525-REDY. 888-525-READY.
Let's talk about Legacy Box. Is your closet cluttered with old home videos and photos that rarely see the light of day? Those items hold priceless memories, but they're fading away fast. If you can't watch or share them, what's the point?
Legacy Box makes digitizing your memories easy. Just pack up your old tapes, film, and photos, and they'll take care of the rest by hand right here in Tennessee. You'll be able to see and share them again once they're in the cloud, ready to watch on your phone, on your smart TV, your computer, or tablet.
We've both relied on Legacy Box to digitize photos and movies from back in the day. They do such a great job. They'll do the same for you. Right now, Legacy Box is running a $9 videotape sale. That's 65% off. At this price, this is the best time to convert your entire collection. Join the 1.5 million families who have already trusted Legacy Box. Visit legacybox.com/buck to shop their $9 tape sale. That's legacybox.com/buck. legacybox.com/buck.
The news and talk of West Texas. News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO.
It's the Chad Hasty Show.
All right, back on the Chad Hasty Show. Appreciate you being out there today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line, 806-680-2790. So HR wanted me to, I guess, explain my first thoughts when I first saw the Truth Social that went out. And I got to be honest, when it first went out, I thought it was fake. Now, this wasn't a typical weekend for me. A typical weekend, I still pay attention a little bit to the news. I'm on Twitter a lot, going through, picking out different stories. When I'm on vacation, when I'm visiting family, I can't tell you anything that's going on. I shut off the outside world, and I pay attention to my family. And I don't pay attention to what's going on. I mean, there's not until Sunday did I know that Trump had sent out this Truth Social tweet. I think it went out late Saturday night, maybe early Sunday. And they're calling it Trump's Easter message, at least on the left. They're calling it Trump's Easter message. I will say this. If the left is usually furious about something Trump says, then it turns out it's usually going to be okay. Just that first. But when I first saw the tweet, or the Truth Social, the president it was a threatening post that Trump had put out there. He had said, excuse me, Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it, Trump warned. Let's see. He continued, open the blanking strait, F-bomb, you crazy blanks, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. President Donald J. Trump. So there are a couple of components here. One, is this an Easter message? No. Number two, if I were president of the United States, would I have crafted a tweet like this? No. I think you get the. I think you see, and this has been a hallmark of Trump. And some people don't like this. Some people love it. You know when Trump is pissed. You know when he's angry. You know when he's getting sick and tired of something. And it seems like he's getting sick and tired of Iran playing games with the Strait of Hormuz. Now, another part of this is he says, praise be to Allah. Do I care that he said that? No. I think he's using it to mock the regime in Iran. That he's using a phrase to mock those in Iran. And it could be to mock some of the people in Iran, or it could just be used mocking the government officials in Iran. But he's using it in a mocking way. He's not. Do I think that for a minute the president is now Muslim? No. I don't see that. Again, is it the great Easter message that should be sent out to millions and millions of Christians on Easter Sunday? No. Even if Trump had sent out a great Easter message, a timeless Easter message, the left of this country would have lost it and possibly said, "Well, we can't show you this. It's way too Christian. We can't show you this Easter message by the president." So, again, it's something where the left is never going to be happy. They're not going to be satisfied with anything. They're not going to be satisfied until Trump is out of office, and usually the MAGA folks are completely defeated. They're not going to have any happiness at all until any of that begins. But again, when I first saw it, I think I went, oh, that can't be real, and then I went, no, it's probably real. I think it's a lot of people when they see a Trump tweet where they go, well, okay, whatever, and they move on. I don't know. 806-680-2790. Nothing Trump really says shocks me or surprises me now. There's nothing where I just go, oh, I can't believe he said that. That's why I look at the John Cornyn campaign and going, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys understand that this isn't 2001 where the American people are going to clutch their pearls over an affair that Ken Paxton may or may not have had. They don't care. Back 25 years ago, if you're a conservative Christian Republican who is cheating on your wife, having affairs, that would cost you an election. It doesn't cost you anything now. Should it? Should we go back to that? Well, I think there's a debate. There's a worthy debate about that, but that's not right now. That's not what people care about. They want someone who's going to go in like Trump and say, you know what? F you, I'm going to go in and we're going to fight like hell. And that is a rallying cry for many on the right. Is, you know what? We're done being the nice guys. We're done, being the, Mr. Rogers. We're done with that side of it. We're going to go in, get the job done. We've got to defeat the left. We've got to defeat, this evil in the world, which is radical Islam. We've got to do it. And those who stand in our way, get the hell out of our way. We'll deal with you later. So I think you have a lot of that. When it comes to Iran, I think you have Trump, who is very unhappy at times that this thing is still going on. Goes back to what I had said previously, that this president doesn't want a forever war. He wants to get in and get out, and he wants to have a mission accomplished very soon. 806-680-2790. When we come back, we'll begin to wrap things up on this Monday, April 6th.
The Chad Hasty Show can be heard all over West Texas. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Tune into News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO in Lubbock. News Talk 940 in Amarillo. News Talk 94.7 and 1470 KYYW in Abilene. And in Wichita Falls on News Talk 96.3 and 1290. The Chad Hasty Show. Make it a part of your drive home. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
When you see a car that's been in a bad crash, it's no accident. When it backs traffic up for miles, no accident. And if there's a fatality involved, somebody died. That's no accident either. A lot of the time, it was speeding. And it's no accident that speeding is a factor in more than 150,000 crashes every year in Texas, many of them fatal. So slow down, be safe, drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
Has anybody told you about Coast to Coast AM tonight?
Coast to Coast is one of those programs that deals with strange mysteries. We'll look at Bigfoot. We'll look at UFOs. We'll look at real science. And we'll also look at conspiracies and what it all means to you, the listeners of Coast to Coast AM.
It's the best in overnight talk radio. Coast to Coast AM.
Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. tonight at midnight on KFYO.
Americans love their credit cards, one of the most secure and hassle-free ways to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. Now, this bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com, paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
All right, if you find yourself, you're one of those people trapped in those horrible timeshares, and it's almost and feels almost impossible to get out of this. Now, that is why the only timeshare exit company that I endorse, they've been with us over a decade. I love this family-owned business, is LoneStarTransfer.com. They treat you with respect. They tell you the truth. They create a customized exit plan for your specific situation. And then lastly, their team will execute it all start to finish with professionalism, and they guarantee results. No more stress. You get peace of mind. Call my friends at Lone Star Transfer today. Now, call now. It's 833-594-0075 and get your free case review. That's 833-594-0075, or check them out on the web at LoneStarTransfer.com. Tell them your friend Sean Hannity sent you.
Chad AC Show. As we begin to wrap things up here, some texts that have come through. Ben Runkle weighed in late on a Monday. Dear Chad, anyone who has a guess what's going on in Iran was not at least 10 years old or so in 1979. If they are of that age and against what we are doing now, they might need to find a new church to attend. It's just that simple. Sincerely, Ben Runkle from Bovina, where even we know even knotheads on post agree with destroying Iran. All right. Look, I think one, you have to know your history, learn your history, to know what's going on. You also have to learn what Iran is all about, the proxy wars that they have been about, who they've funneled money towards in order to strike Americans, to kill our soldiers, to go after U.S. citizens. They've done it all. And that's just on Americans. You think about Europeans, you think about Israelis, and the numbers jump even further. And I think this is good. Long term, this is going to be good for the world. Long term. Short term, I don't know. That's really the unknown for any of this. Are we going to have somebody comes in and they're going to be great from day one? Maybe, maybe not. But I think you you have to trust the process and let the process play out and see where we go. 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. You can, of course, weigh in on any of the topics, any of the issues that we've gotten to today. Let's see. A couple of new things here. Let's see. Which one do we want to get to? Oh, yeah. The Dallas Stars have banned fans from the American Airlines Center after they gave the Nazi salute. And they were caught on video giving a Nazi salute. Dallas Stars banning an individual from the American Airlines Center after an internal investigation into a group of fans performing what appeared to be a Nazi salute at a home game in December. The action comes a week after the video of fans were widely shared on social media. The Stars did not name the fan who was banned. The Stars were only able to identify the fan who purchased the tickets. The two other individuals were in the group. They weren't able to be identified. Quote, any type of discriminatory or hateful behavior will not be tolerated at it has no place at our arena. Create a sustaining environment that includes inclusive, safe, and respectful areas are non-negotiable for the Dallas Stars. So that is out of the Dallas Morning News today. I saw the video. People acting stupid. You're probably giving them a bigger platform now. It's funny because you'll have these folks who go around and they'll videotape people, and they make them bigger than what they really are. Like maybe, maybe a few hundred people had originally seen the video. Maybe. Now it's in the millions. I don't know. If I were the Stars, if I was the fan who was sharing the video online, I probably just would have, not said anything about it. Just gone, okay, let's just ignore it and let it go away. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Tomorrow on the program, I think we're scheduled to visit with another candidate who will swing by. Looking forward to that as we're getting closer and closer to runoffs. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe, stay healthy. May God bless each and every one of you. Have a great evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow, Tuesday, at 5 p.m. for the Chad Hasty Show.
The Chad Hasty Show, a presentation of Texas Town Square Media Network. The views and opinions expressed during the Chad Hasty Show are not necessarily the views of this station's staff, management, advertisers, or Town Square Media.